Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
And that's our intro.
Fucking Muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh.
You were just saying you're getting a bit old for Vegas.
I wasn't saying that.
You didn't say it.
Not old. I'm not too old for Vegas. I've lived a certain part of my life, and occasionally I take adventures back in those days, like I'm a tourist into my younger days when I could bang harder, and I still do what I do, but the recovery is definitely.
You're struggling.
And also I'm almost definitely drunk. Like, if people want to enjoy this podcast, I would not recommend watching this one, because my body language will really let you know how
You've got your jeans unbuttoned.
so I
Like
do.
you fucking old man. That's just had a big Sunday dinner.
What a fucking disgrace. I'm like Al Bundy.
That's on camera, good.
Oh no, that's terrible.
My fucking grand, I used to do that after a big dinner.
I've had a lot of gin and ciders today. Okay?
Let it all out, mate. You don't want your belt buckle to
I don't want to brag, but just to warn anyone going to Vegas in the next couple of weeks, it's not there anymore.
It's
because we fucking smashed it, lads.
And we didn't forget about Old Vegas either. We went back and demolished that.
No, we blew the whole town about. It's bankrupt.
There's
no money left in the economy of Vegas, because we have it all right now.
We actually don't need this anymore.
Nah, this is
tour.
for the love of the craft.
It's the love of the craft.
He says, with his jeans undone and his fucking beer gunt hanging out,
Lounging on the couch.
Oh, I wish I was fucking dead.
Last night was fun though.
I think so.
One, I didn't know about Old Vegas. I knew about Old Vegas, but I don't know what I pictured. I thought it was going to be a bit more rickety. And then you get there, and the screens.
What the fuck do you mean rickety?
Rickety, just kind of run down.
Oh,
you know what I thought it was going to be like? The casino on the boat on Ozark.
Okay, like mechanical betting machines. Really, like old school slot machines, where it's not like electronic screens.
And people chewing back and spitting in
Exactly.
Spittoons.
Hold on, what?
I was expecting the doors to swing like cowboy doors. Or kitchen doors.
So we have a week off, which initially, when I was told about that for the tour, I was like, for fuck's sake, I don't want time off when I'm on the road, because I want to get us home as soon as possible, and also I don't consider it a day off if I don't fucking live in that place. I'm like, you're forcing me to be a tourist somewhere else. But these couple of days off have been fucking class. We'll get to Vegas in a bit. We got to go to I don't know how much. Yeah, but I don't know how much we can talk about this, so be careful with the information that we give out. But we went to Matt Mercer's place.
Oh yeah, that was so good.
With him and his lovely wife Marisha Ray
and the little dog Omar.
I
love little
good
dogs.
Good dog.
Proper good dog.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Handsome.
Good inside and out. And we may or may not have gotten a sneak peek of a certain project of theirs, and we may or may not have thoroughly enjoyed it and thought it was one of the best things we've ever seen.
I felt like we're really privileged.
Oh man, that's like one of the that's one of those moments where I was like, oh, this will be like one of those stories in the future where I tell, and my kids were like, what do you mean you were famous back at in the past? And I was like, I used to be famous. I got to have celebrity things. I had celebrity friends. Cal Penn used to phone me and had. This will be one of those moments where I was at their very lovely new house and got to watch a certain project.
I feel like
which I may or may not have enjoyed off the record.
Some nerds out there would have paid thousands for that experience.
Some fucking nerds did, and we still got to see it before them. That was what the fucking Kickstarter was about.
Yeah, so it was.
But it's always good to see him. I mean, like, so if you don't know who Matt Mercer is, he's if you're not into Dungeons and Dragons, I would recommend starting off with Critical Role, because their new season just started. There's only like 2 episodes in. They come out like every Monday on YouTube, or you can watch them live on Thursday if you subscribe to their
They're all
Twitch.
voice actors, so they're fucking sensational at like creating the world.
Aye, and Matt's been DMing since he was a 4-year-old little dweeb boy.
Is he known in the industry as the GOAT? Or is that just us in finite knowledge?
No. I don't think he would consider himself the GOAT. I think he was inspired by so many other people I can't fucking name. It's an entirely different world, but it's a big world. I know some people that he definitely like looks up to, and you know, I think he's very like he's one of the most humble people in the world, because he cannot believe how successful this thing is.
He still feels like he's just winging it, doesn't he? And in a way he is, because he's like kind of at the forefront. He's like
he's leading the charge.
He's creating it.
I reckon once their certain project comes out, it may bang harder than it's
on
already.
a certain platform.
Aye. So we got to see them. That was fucking class. Then we got to hang out with the very lovely Matt Kirshen.
He's so fucking funny, man.
My favourite thing
we
about
need to get him on this podcast. He fucking makes me laugh so hard.
I think I have had him on this podcast.
Have you?
Me and Matt have definitely. He's got a podcast called Probably Science, which I've done a couple of times. The first time I'm on, it was the funniest. That was one of my, like, if I do say so myself, it was one of my best ever podcast appearances, because you've got to go on and you've got to talk about like the science of the week.
So yeah, it's like news stories, but it's all technology related, isn't it?
Science related.
Science related.
Aye.
Okay.
But I guess technology sometimes falls into that.
Aye, but yeah, there could be like biological discoveries.
Aye. Anyway, so one of the episodes, one of his co-hosts, whose name escapes me because I'm hungover and high, we were talking about masturbating for some reason, and he was doing some mime about jerking off, and I was like, "Oh, do your fingers touch when you jerk off?" Like, and I just did it as like an underhanded thing just to see if I could like set him off.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, what? No, hold on. But surely everyone's. Do your fingers not connect when you wank?" And I'm like,
"Finger wrapping twice." It was 2 hands.
One of my favourite things about Matt Kirshen is because he's the nicest man in the whole wide world. Like, he's good on every single level of his humanity.
He's older than me, but I find him fucking adorable.
Man, it's because he's so nice, man. If you're nice, you just don't age. That's why Keanu Reeves is timeless. Like Matt Kirshen's just such a nice person. He'll never age in any sort of way, and that's why we look like decrepit old cunts.
I'm feeling a bit old now after yesterday.
My favourite thing to do with Matt Kirshen is because he's so nice. Is to
pretend to hate him in front of other people who.
When you're backstage at gigs, and other comedians are pitching about other comedians, and they're like, "Oh, this person's so fucking annoying. And this person's some sort of dour cunt." And then you just chip in, and you're like, "Oh man!" And I tell you, who's a cunt, Kirshen. And everyone's always like, "Yeah, what? No, where?
Hold on, is there something I don't know?"
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Matt Kirshen.
Have I fell for his charms?
He's a snake in the grass. I'm telling you right now, Matt Kirshen.
What did he?
He knows what he's doing. He's calculated.
He's so calculated. He's got bodies in his fucking basement. That guy, like. Fucking hell.
And we did an escape room with him.
Oh, so it did. He's still there. We got out.
Well, we left him in there. We escaped the room, and we were in a saloon, and we had to break a friend of ours out of jail. And one of the dumbest clues we've ever fucking asked for was when there's a prisoner in a jail cell with chains above his head, and there's only one other thing in the room, and that's a gun locked in a case. And then we finally unlock the gun, and for like 5 minutes we're like, "Oh, what do you do with it?" And she just comes over on the tannoy exhausted. She was like, "What could you shoot with a gun?
Help the prisoner escape."
Yeah, what's the entire and we were like, "Oh man, that must have been, man, she must have been fucking raging in there." I reckon that must be one of the most annoying. I was really worried with
a gun as well after like fucking the whole Alec Baldwin thing. I was like, "Whoa,
aye,
wave that around."
Aye, is this truly a prop, or are we about to make history?
Oh, he spoke, didn't he? What did he say? Did you watch it?
No, I I think somebody sent it through.
Should I put it on? Should we hear what he says?
No.
Do you not want to hear what I put?
No.
You don't want to hear what he says?
I do, but not on air, and I don't want to
it-
fucking live react to it like I'm Ryan Cullen to 2008.
Eating biscuits.
Eating biscuits for links.
Well, because my phone's connected to the thing, so I could just...
No, I don't think that's. Also, I don't want people to see my reaction to it. I have a dark sense of humour. I don't want that on record. He said, recording a podcast. But you know what I mean? There's still sometimes, like, as much as I'm like, I'm very honest with my sense of humour, I still do edit it. So there's some stuff I say off air that I would never in a million years say on air.
Aye.
And that's just because it's unjustifiable. I
They
can't be
normally
arsed.
come out in the high podcasts.
I bet they do.
We don't have any filter or listen to it back.
I can't remember the last time I ever listened to a fucking episode of this shit. Like it's
You're
never.
gonna-
It's
You're going to love this
fucking
one out,
do.
Deed.
Aye.
You're going to go back and just
That'd be nice. Maybe I'll do a. You know how like so at the moment Donald Faison and Zach Braff are doing this really good podcast called Fake Doctors Real Friends, and it's basically them going through and they're rewatching every episode of Scrubs and then doing an hour-long podcast after each episode.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, so it's great. So you watch an episode and then you listen to the podcast and they've got all the cast on it as guests on rotation. It's really, really good. Maybe that's what I'll do when you're dead. Right, I'll just listen to these podcasts back, and then intersplice it with just me sobbing, or masturbating.
You know how you don't like to consider yourself a catchphrase comic? Notice how I didn't say you're not a catchphrase comic. you would have a catchphrase, you'd end up going, oh, I'm glad he's dead. Like several times an episode.
That's the dream, though. Surely, when you die, you want to make it easier for the people to get over your death. So you're just like, look, grief is the worst thing you can bestow on someone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be such an unforgivable cunt during my actual life that you're not sad when I'm dead. That's one of the most selfless things
You know how
I can think of. Being so cunty
Just
that
make-
nobody
make it-
misses you.
make it
What a
easier for-
nice thing to do.
altruistic.
Aye.
Yeah, you know how I think it was a Banksy quote, wasn't it? Or he made it. I don't know. It was everybody dies twice.
Aye.
Once when you die, and once when somebody last speaks your name.
No, you got it wrong. Everyone dies twice. The first time they die, and then when somebody finally deletes their Twitter account. That's
Okay, that
the
one.
two.
Nah, that's it. Because I was going to suggest that you're going to die twice, but the other way around. The last time someone utters your name, it's before you die.
Like, just so not even at the funeral do they name me.
That happened to what's he called?
I nearly asked. I was on the cusp. I was on the cusp of asking who you meant.
What's his name?
And then
I'm going to bring it back live.
and then we came to Vegas with Christopher Martin.
Oh, man.
Not
What?
the one from Coldplay.
The better one.
The better one. Aye. Christopher Martin, the comedian, English vegan comedian.
Yep.
It's not a defining part of his personality. But it's the
No.
bit I always noticed.
Chris is such a, like, he always does the right thing.
He's just a good person.
Like,
And if he doesn't know what the right thing to do, I bet he ponders it.
He doesn't-
I bet
he doesn't-
fucking meditates
he doesn't
about
flush
it.
out of after a pee to save water. He doesn't flush after a pee to save water.
Oh god, that.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. He's one of them guys.
Does he actually do that?
Yeah, it's just like he lives in LA and he knows that the water like can be in short supply. And he's just like he's really conscious of doing the right thing. Makes us sick.
Aye.
Yeah,
But no matter how much he does, he's still not even remotely offset any of the damage I've done to the animal community. Like, be vegan all you like, but I'm eating enough meat that you are barely making a dent. You are saving no lives.
It's a great testament to the man that he can still be friends with us. He has to look past a lot.
Well, no, I've told him very openly, like, and as I say this to all vegans because I'm giving this reputation as a vegan here, to every vegan out there, like, I absolutely know that you're correct. It's morally wrong.
That's why I'm trying to bring you down.
Yes, like, of course I am. I have to attack you, otherwise you'll attack me, and you'll win because you're right. So I have to go after you and make you look stupid, you dumb cunts. Like,
politics.
Yeah, like, I can. How would I, in the future, well, you just ate animals, even though there was plenty of other types of food, and not only were those foods better for the planet, they were, like, more manageable. There was more of it. We could have excess. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess we've got it now. It depends where you are.
So, Old Town in Vegas, I didn't expect it to have, like, a big ceiling TV that had, like, planets and meteors.
Millions of pounds.
You've done really well yesterday.
Won fucking millions of pounds.
I
started off real bad. Mm-hmm. I went in hard. I went in fast. I told Vegas to buy the pillow because I was going in dry.
You was on the 2p machines that you like with a sliding little thing at the bottom, like tipping point.
Won a couple of keychains. Don't know how they'll ever recover. And then like, I remember one point you, Chris and Neil were all like, yeah, I think I'm down like 20. And then Chris was like, oh no, I'm up 10. And you were like, oh yeah, no, I think I'm only down like 15. And I'm just there like, oh, I am down 250 already.
It was so
I went in for like a couple of fucking big bets.
It was so
I mean, big bets. How lame do we sound when you go to Vegas?
Big bets, like, it's 20
oh
quid.
Man, people are winning millions here. They're gambling thousands, hundreds of thousands. Like, there's parts of Vegas that we'll never see because we just don't gamble in any sort of impressive way because we are sad, middle class, lazy,
just trying to get the free gins.
British losers.
And we celebrate so hard at the smallest wins.
Oh yeah.
And I watched Chris Martin jump out of his chair to celebrate because 2 horses came in, but they were the 2 favourites, and he'd bet on them, and it was only 4-1, right? But 2 horses coming in usually spells like.
This is the electronic horse racing machine.
50
it's
quid
called
to
Fortune Cup, and it's the greatest game in LA.
And you can find it in
Las Vegas.
Excalibur.
Aye.
That's where it is.
And the D, which was named after me. They don't know that, but that is true.
And Chris jumped up because he was like 4 and 5 or whatever. Jumped out of his seat and cheered and punched the air and high-fived. And then I noticed it was 4-1, and he'd put 5 bets on. He'd lost $1. He lost $1 and he made a scene.
We had a fucking night. Well, at least I had another nightmare at the fucking first table. Didn't get anything coming in. Again, I think like I was down like another 150 at that point, but we managed to stay on it for a bit and drink loads. And then we went downtown, and I went for a piss while you all found another fucking table. And I walked out, sat down, managed to just get my money in, and then just did a random bet.
$1 bet on a 600 to 1 shot.
683 to 1 shot.
Wow!
And it came in.
And you celebrated like Chris did when he lost $1.
I yelled Yaldi like I was Kevin Bridges.
Yaldi! And then the people next to you had made the same bet. There's a couple had made the same bet right next to you. I think I was the only one at the table that didn't.
Oh.
So I was just like steady chipping away at my bank, but I was trying to not lose money at the pace that I was like drinking free gins, so that it sustained. That's how much I was spent on gins. But then I started getting a bit heavier down, but then pulled it back at the last what was it? The last game that we played at Craps.
Well, my memory.
We were absolutely fucking mullered by then. I don't know how I did it.
Was a disgrace of a human being by the end of the night. Because I think what happened was, like, we got to we were out and about drinking by about fucking 5:30 or 6, right? And then we got some big frozen margaritas.
Yeah, the
because
big,
we
big
are
slush puppy
basic
ones.
White bitches.
Teeth are gonna fall out.
Aye. And then it just felt like we were drinking for ages. But I was like, man, I'm definitely tipsy, but like I'm not drunk. Like I'm not fucking mullered. Won some money, won some more money, went back to the fucking Grand or whatever it was, and then we did some lemon drop shots. And by the way, I swear to fucking God, if you call them lemon chill shots one more time in front of me, I'm gonna fucking slap the rest of your eyebrows off. It's like you're doing that old man thing, right? Where you're just getting the name of all those limoncello shots. They're fucking lemon drop shots. They're not. Limoncello's an entirely different thing.
What is it then?
Limoncello's like a fucking liqueur.
It's a digestif.
an aperitif.
Yeah. And
whereas lemon drops are like a combination of a bunch of booze, and because this is America, because it's fucking Vegas, and because of tip,
it was
like
fucking
man,
rude.
it was fucking it was 4 fucking
It was
mouthfuls.
rude, the portions. I love them free pouring when you're having a mixer because you're just getting a strong drink.
Right, 'cause you
But
get
when the free
fucking
free
Millard.
pour shots, it means you have to do multiple gulps to get the shot down. And it was like you said, like 4 mouthfuls.
It'd be
And
like
you're
if
still
there was
trying
more
to
than
shoot
like
it.
one mouthful of cum. That would be considered rude.
Aye.
You can't do that to like. You can't have a blowjob because there's people who have that condition. You know the condition where you cum loads.
What way? Just
You never come across that in porn. Pardon, pun.
throwing rope.
Man,
Discussed
sad, I don't know what the name of the condition is, but I know there's a comedian called Chris Stefano, great comedian out of New York. He's got it. I was on a podcast with him. He was like, "I've got that thing where you just like," and he like it's fucking heaps, man. Like it goes on for 30 to 40 seconds, and it is by the end of it is a legit like the shot glass we had yesterday.
So did he say if that was a better sensation or not, that you're getting to like have a sustained
Yeah,
orgasm?
he's like it's
you're a
great.
woman?
They have a really long orgasm, like the broads do.
Just squirter.
He is a square. I don't know if I'd enjoy it though.
What, just jizzing loads?
Like jizz is the worst bit of coming.
It would be.
It's the worst bit of coming. Like nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody enjoys cum.
It was so annoying in the wank.
Reese
Yeah.
Nichols.
Fucking loves it.
He does.
He's always got like a little chalice of it with him.
That boy's going around his neck like fucking.
Aye.
Who's that? Halle Berry? Was it Halle Berry that had fucking?
Chalice of spunk running there.
No, she had a vial of blood from fucking. Who was that old cunt that was in Monster with her? The one that plays Bad Santa.
Yeah.
Did she never look
Carly
at-
Rae Jepsen. Billy Bob Thornton.
That guy, was he not? I feel like there was a story there. I feel like I'm getting my. Man, fuck it, let's just spread rumours. Who gives a fuck? We're in the age of disinformation.
Halle
That's true.
Berry walks around with a vial of Billy Bob Thornton's arm.
Aye. And Angelina Jolie has a vial of mine. Fuck it, why not? It's just, doesn't matter anymore. Everyone lies all the time. Nobody corrects things.
No.
I hate to sound like Jay Leno here, but did you see Facebook change its name?
He changed his name to Meta.
Aye.
I mean,
Do you think?
is it the like overriding company that's called Meta that owns Facebook and Instagram and Facebook?
Aye, there's always Facebook's branched out, so I think it's covering all that. Do you think, or what do you think, Mark Zuckerberg sees or feels when he looks in a mirror? Like, do you think he knows he looks like that? Like, does he know
He looks
how
like-
the entire world sees him?
alien.
No, he looks like a fucking an autistic robot.
He looks like so some like an android's getting
Aye.
like a prosthetic face.
Yeah, and it's not good. Like that hairline is weird. He's got the cold dead eyes of a seagull. Like, does he have kids?
He's a fucking psychopath, isn't he? That's
Yeah. Well, I mean, but isn't that the whole fucking statistic? Like, 80% or
billionaires.
something of billionaires are all psychopaths because you've got to absolutely have complete and utter disregard
a lack of compassion to
Aye.
become that
to
successful.
be that fucking ruthless. Aye.
Before I forget as well,
What do you think Mark Zuckerberg feels when he looks in a mirror?
I don't think he sees anything.
His robot eyes, just they don't process light in the same way we do, so he doesn't
I think he
reflect
thinks.
through the mirror.
I think he thinks it's another person and starts barking at it.
I just
He can't get his head around the concept of mirrors.
can you imagine? Oh, but even fucking Facebook. There's some people that you look at and you just go, do you know? I mean, maybe people feel this way about me, but sometimes I look at people and I'm like, do you fucking know what you look like? Like, have you looked in a mirror recently, checked,
I find it's-
and gone, yeah, you know what? This is what I'm going to present to the world. Like, did you consciously have that thought within the last 2 years, or have you just? Are you delusional?
I find it
Do you
hila-
not know what you
it's-
look like?
It's hilarious when you start slagging off the appearance of Erling Haaland. and you've pretty much got the same description.
Same description.
You know, like if Erling
Such an
Haaland,
ugly man.
if Erling
He's
Haaland
such
had
an
committed
ugly
a crime,
man. He's not as bad as Ribery was, but he's an ugly.
well, Ribery was a bit disfigured, wasn't he? He'd been like stabbed in the face or something.
Like,
Did he not have facial scars?
Aye,
He was
why?
pretty hideous, regardless. Though. So right,
Jesus. Like, I get you. Like you were standing up for a second,
Yeah, I
and
know,
then just a haymaker.
so
The fucking beast.
I'm punching sideways. It's fine. So if Erling Haaland had committed a crime and had described Erling Haaland to the police, they'd draw a picture of you. And then you call him ugly. It's fucking hilarious. He's got these big rubber lips that don't quite know what they're doing.
My lips know exactly what they're doing at all times, and it's sucking your dad off.
His eyes have got this look of like there's nobody else in this world except me, and everything else is just pixels in my game. You're all fucking NCPs.
He runs like a badly rendered pedophile. Like just a dodgy character in some fucking Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row. God, Saints Row used to be class.
I've already played that one, I don't think.
Saints Row 1 was really good. Then Saints Row 2, they were like, you know what, we're going to make it a bit wilder. And it was good because they started adding in games. It was like insurance fraud, which was just you had to throw yourself in front of traffic and like see how much you could injure yourself to get money. Like it really leaned into like the silliness. And then in Saints Row 3, they fucking leaned into the insanity. Like they started doing like, I think one of the fucking sequels to it was like one of the guys had to break out of hell. Like he died in Saints Row 2 and had to break out. Like you had fucking aliens and laser beams. It got fucking mental.
I like that bit on Grand Theft Auto where like sun spikes you with a joint and you end up getting abducted by aliens and that. Don't mind that bit.
Nah.
Then you free fall from the fucking spaceship and everything's psychedelic.
What GTA is that in?
Maybe that had a split that was spiked. Who knows? GTA 5.
I don't think I completed it.
It's the one where he's having like a proper domestic with all of his family.
Isn't that GTA 5 the one with fucking 3 of them?
Aye.
Right, so which was having him, that cunt, the fucking
Yeah.
middle-aged man.
Aye, the main guy. I forget his
The
name.
you.
People screaming. Middle-aged man, I am.
You are.
I'm middle-aged.
You get into golf now, aren't you?
I fucking loved golf the day.
Aye.
We went Top Golf.
Yeah.
And it's like a driving range, but there's like different things to aim for, like different holes to aim for.
It's like a multi-tiered driving range, and there's like 6 big holes and like massive holes. They're like 30 feet across. But the closer you get it to the centre, the more points you get. It's a very, very good day out.
And there's just good
and
food
they
and
just
table service.
ply
And
you with fucking booze.
yeah, so you just like pretty much the seats were just like the ones we're on now, aren't they? And
Aye.
like the Vegas fucking skyline just looked mint, especially like as it turned to night to twilight. And just fucking belting the barrels doing while getting drunk and having a bit of crack in that. And I was like, I can totally see how people get into this. I
Aye.
can totally see it. But a real key factor of my enjoyment of it was the climate.
Aye.
I live in Scotland.
Alright, but you can do golf and holidays. That's man. The whole point of golf, apart from getting the ball
It's to get away
in
from
the hole,
get away from the
it's
birds.
to get away from the birds. It's to get away from the old
Oh,
ball
bit
and
of
chain.
peace and
Like
quiet.
it's peace and quiet. And then
Oh
for
my
a couple of
God.
babies with a boy.
It's nice to have a chat with the lads without fucking yap.
Just nag, moan. Don't do this.
hey, put the
Stop
bins out.
looking at her arse. Jesus Christ, women. Sing another song.
Oh my god, I've seen you like her Instagram post. Fuck off, man. I'm off to play golf.
Jesus.
I'm off to play golf, man.
Stop upsetting yourself by looking into my history. Right, what are you searching for?
I'm just trying to read Zoo magazine and look at tits, man.
Come on, jeez. I'm not objectifying them. They got them out.
They wanted the job.
Aye, look, I'm just going out for I'm going out for a cup. 9 holes. 9 holes, that's it. Just let me have my piece, woman.
And you get in late and you're like, oh, so what? I had 18.
Oh, gee, right. So I did
my-
18. I had a couple of pints afterwards. I had a couple of pints after a round of golf, and I'm getting an earful like this.
Oh.
Is this the fucking present
If you asked
I've
how-
subscribed to for the rest of my fucking buy my toothpick?
If you just asked how the game was, I would tell you. I got a hole in one. I had to buy everyone a round. It went from there. You should be proud of us.
Oh, right. Well, thank you for bathing them. Is that what you wanted to hear?
The dog can walk around the house.
Aye, job. What do you mean there's no leftovers? Then why would I do the dishes?
Why did I even come back? I thought you'd made dinner.
Aye.
haven't even-
Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. I'm not comfortable now with the jokes going. It's, I enjoyed the bit, and then it got a little bit gratuitous.
You started enjoying it.
No, it's not enjoying it, but it's those things like
Fake it till you make it with misogyny.
man, it's like it's one of the hard things to explain is like sometimes cruelty is the concept of cruelty is fun, right? Where like we always talk about every single time we go home from tour, the first thing we say before we go in my house is, should we batter Cullen? And then we do like a 2-minute bit about how we're going to come to the house and we're going to pin Cullen down and we're going to kick his fucking head in for no reason. And we've been doing this bit spontaneously.
Just smash his face through the whiskey cabinet.
We've been doing this bit spontaneously for 5
We'll
years.
sit in the car for a good couple of minutes and talk about how we're going to batter Cullen when we get in, as if we're like fucking pumping ourselves up to go and kick the shit out of him. And then we walk through the door and Cullen's just sat there with his fucking slanket on, hugging his knee, sucking his thumb. And we just walk in, going, how are you, Cullen?
Aye.
How you doing?
Love you, man. How's your day?
Air punch and make him flinch. The cruelty, the concept of cruelty can be funny.
Yes, because again, I mean, I've got a little bit about this in the show, but it's the fact that obviously the second you do it, it's not funny. The second you do it, it's not funny. It's no longer a fantasy. The fantasy of it is always funnier than the reality, and
So
that's
what-
why not doing that's why the concept of like, I'm going to do the worst thing in this moment is funny. But that's why when people actually do bad things and they're like, but you said it would be funny, and you go, yeah, I said it would be funny. The reality of it is way fucking worse because it's
You said it's
because
only
don't
funny
see
if you
you
do
don't- you don't see the repercussions of it. Like that's that's why everyone's a bastard on the internet, because you don't. It's very easy to call someone a cunt when you can't see them be sad about it
You don't get to see us
afterwards.
cry in the shower, do you?
Well, I do. I can hear it.
That's why I left the door open.
I just thought that was because you wanted company.
Why didn't you? Oh, fucking last night. I fucking claimed in bed with you. That's right. Okay, I'll start it differently. I'm trying to make you look bad. Right.
We were so
I was meant to be sleeping on this
we were
couch.
so mullered that we went to the wrongful. You and Chris tried to sleep on an escalator, but like not the escalator, that travelator.
It's a real power nap, that one. You have to get up eventually.
Aye.
There's a real
And
time limit.
then we
on
went
it.
to the wrong floor and sprinted down the corridors like belligerent children.
And I was trying to do Instagram stories of we're running around not finding
And
my
you just
room.
posted two
I posted
pictures.
2 blurry pictures because I must have like held it down thinking I was doing a video.
Aye.
And then I just took a photo because I went on the wrong bit
Fucking idiot.
and then pressed post.
My mum accused us of being high. Mum, if you're listening to this, you were fucking wrong. We weren't high at all. We didn't have any marijuana yesterday. Actually, mother.
I didn't, did we?
Nah, we didn't have any drugs. We were just absolutely
Old
fucking
school.
mullered.
Nick Nolte and Warrior level
Oh
drunk.
God, real bad. Fucking cigarettes hanging out of our mouths,
Aye.
bellies out, acting like we fucking owned the place, even though we were at most making a profit of $500, and also not in profit. I still spent so much money on food and booze.
I'm so
Just
down.
giving it big licks.
I'm
Giving it big
I'm
licks.
financially down, but I look back at the cost of that evening.
Aye. Oh, it took the real price is the years it took off my fucking life.
Yes.
So
I had a man come in,
Oh yeah.
run around, eventually get back. Chris crashed on the couch, and I was just going to jump in with you. This is sofa bed that we haven't been asked to pull out.
Aye.
And Chris took a couple of the cushions off so he could make the bed.
Aye.
And I lay on it like a dog in a basket.
I saw you went round in circles a couple of times. Sniffed it. Made sure it was all
And
nice and damp.
Literally 2 of these, I laid down on 2 of these, and that was me.
Little bonus content for anyone watching on YouTube. Please do not. Like, if you are watching this on YouTube, you should have stopped by now. Forgive all of this. If you're not watching this on YouTube, don't then go and watch. This is. I don't want to see what I look like here, but I think it might be the worst ever. Like, I don't think somebody of my level of fame and success should ever be publicly presenting themselves.
I think watching this on YouTube
fucking degree
and hearing you rant about people's ugliness.
Oh, I know the hypocrisy, the utter hypocrisy. As I lie stoned.
You're a lout. You're a fucking lout.
I'm a fucking big fat hypocrite.
So I fell asleep on the fucking cushions, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then in the middle of the night, the aircon kicked in and just fucking blasted us with ice. I was right underneath the aircon.
I did think that would be funny, and I was right.
I was fucking freezing. So I put myself to bed. I come in bed with you, and you just literally just fucking pulled us in and gave us a big cuddle and grabbed us. I had to fight you off because you were asleep. I was like, no, we're not.
I thought you were.
It's not in me remit.
It's because you were because we've been having a good time on tour. I felt your belly, and I'm like, oh, it's Cara.
You felt
It's Cara. It's my pregnant fiance.
You started feeling me tongue.
Started talking to it. Baby boy.
You felt it kick.
Aye.
What's that? He's got indigestion.
Aye, sorry.
Are
You get me fucking me too. Just my boss molested me when we were in Vegas.
Fucking audacity to write X and then do that to me.
That's why I'll get away with it. Nobody will ever
You're
believe you.
fucking hiding in plain sight at Jimmy Savile doing charity work.
God, I watched that documentary about it. What a fucking... How did nobody know? He dressed... I know this is the oldest bit in comedy, but he dressed like a paedophile. And he would walk around talking about how good he was at being a paedophile. And people were like, oh, that Jimmy Savile.
There was like quite a few people walk around in LA and in Vegas in like full tracksuit. And I was going to Chris today, I was going, like, the impact of Jimmy Savile hasn't reached the States yet, has it, lad? If you're wearing a full tracksuit, you're literally... you look like a nonce now.
Yeah, you're a dirty Ronin.
He really made full track his nonce attire, like.
What was I going to bring up? It was mildly amusing.
It was...
And only slightly related.
Only marginally related.
Oh, yeah, you nearly got fired yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before.
Was it the day before?
You threatened to dump us off the tour.
But you were, man, that was the closest I've ever come.
Like, everyone's like, hey, has ever fell out? We're like, nah, never even close, really.
No, we don't argue. What would be the point?
In one moment. And it lasted about 30 seconds.
It was fucking horrendous. It was one of the worst 30 seconds of my life.
You told us under no circumstances am I ever allowed to smirk at you. To smirk at you while sucking meat off a chicken bone.
Aye. Looking dead into my eyes. With a little fucking twinkle in yours. A little smirk on your face.
Sexually
just sucking the
wing.
fucking juice and the remainder grizzle off of a chicken wing. I've never felt so fucking fun. The nerve of you to be like, oh, I got into bed and you groped me.
I didn't realise I was
who?
I thought I was doing a joke. I didn't realise I was planting a seed.
Oh, nah, that was not. That's not good behaviour.
You
do
were
this
laughing,
sometimes.
You were laughing, but you were trying to make it clear you were serious.
Aye, you do this sometimes. You overstep the boundaries of friendship. Like you and Elliot. That's how I ended up in that fucking war with Elliot, because you and him,
the cockfight,
just kept sending topless photos, and it's like, man, go to the gym, feel good about yourself, post on Instagram. Do not DM your friends.
Sending unsolicited nudes is entirely wrong unless it's to your mates.
No, it's across the board. It's not on. You're not going to be like, oh, lads, look at the work I had today. Here's my fucking abs.
I'll put an emoji over my cock.
But why was it a baby girl?
We're coming across like we're more than friends on this podcast. I send you news.
Maybe that's what we should call the next brand of this podcast after this tour.
More than friends.
More than friends.
Sloss and Humphries, more than friends.
And for the that have listened over the years. It'll be it's like we're the Ross and Rachel, but there's no other options.
Do you think people would be happy for her?
Oh, if we were gay together. Mm-hmm. Some people absolutely.
Do you think people would think we were?
I don't think either of those people would be Natalie or Cara though.
Nah.
Unless they wanted to do a trade-off. Like, unless they wanted to, start fucking salmon slapping together.
That would be such a paradox because that would fix us. I'm not suggesting it was broken.
No.
That is what I said.
No, you said that the cure for gays
that is what I said.
Did you say the cure for homosexual men is homosexual women?
That's not what I meant.
You said.
It's not what I meant.
The cure for...
Oh my God.
Right, so you want to send...
Pascal's going to do a book about being a gay man now.
Guys, what you're telling me is if we were to send all these gays to some sort of camp and have the female gays... Does it work the other way around? Can you convert lesbians back to cock by showing them?
I think you could only reinforce it.
But they just watch.
It doubles the down.
They're like, that is too many. I'm just not. It's just not for me. I'm all about that fucking labia.
So people would be too devastated for Natalie and Cara to be happy for her. People would be taunted. My arse. That's why it's bleeding.
I feel I could do better. I feel like if I was going to be gay, I'd like to be gay with Reece Nicholson. We've got what?
He friend-zoned me.
I was just saying, like, if I had a choice.
He takes a one-bedroom apartment in Vegas.
Why do we need to buy? Why do we need to live with? I think I could do better. That's all. You can have Elliot.
I reckon I could.
Elliot'd be fun for you.
You
could have a nice little toy boy in Elliot. Come on, you teach him a couple of things.
I'd be fucking wasted on the Perrys too.
In what way?
Just too, like, me crack, me compassion, me empathy.
Jesus.
Me like, I'd do stuff for you and all that. Like, it would be one-way traffic with me doing stuff for you or Elliot. And I get nailed back in return.
I'll have you know, I am an entirely selfless partner. He said from his penthouse Las Vegas suite when his pregnant fiance is at home. I am selfless beyond compare, good sir.
I'll pick up your litter. He threw me cigarettes at my feet after I give you one.
I did not.
You did.
I tried to put them in your little man satchel, which we'll say nothing more about.
Fucking seems like you've already said it with that tone.
You can take any implication you want. That's why art is art. I don't get to choose how you...
You know what? I didn't mind me satchel until Neil, our tour manager, also started wearing a satchel, and they would just look like little...
Also, just at the same time, are you trying to suggest that he saw you wearing a satchel and then got on board with it?
No, I'm saying that we used to just wear them separately, and now we're touring together. We're wearing them like little satchel bros.
And when the three of us walk around, there is no question who the alpha is.
Like we're little satchel homies.
That's not what that's not what they're saying. Yeah, I mean, you're close. I think you're mishearing the last bit, though. Get your ears clean.
We look like such a throuple. You seem to have perked up a bit anyway.
Well, I've smoked a lot of marijuana. Also, there's going to be a real big experiment tomorrow. So we went to Planet 13, favourite weed store, and I was like, I just need like a sativa vape pen just for the day, and then I'll have 2 indica pre-rolls just for later on tonight, which we're going to have after this. And then if I can I was like, because we're flying tomorrow, I was like, I just need like 1 edible for the plane, and since the pandemic, I mean, I was always a bit of a stoner, but since the pandemic, my consumption has gone through the roof.
And now in a country where it's mostly legal, so it's just like,
and I don't
think as if the European tour was constantly in Amsterdam.
I don't think there's anything. Weed could never knock me down. Like, I'll always go the distance with it. Like I can't. Like, I don't think I can do anything to show me anymore.
What about that time you ended up with the fucking medical tent at Rockness?
That's because I took too much ibuprofen.
Fair enough.
Aye. My one is way softer. So I was like, what's the strongest one you've got? And she got, it's like it's just one bit of rope and it's 100 milligrams. So I am going to eat that for
What's
the
normally the gummy,
flight
like 10?
tomorrow. Yeah. And 10 are like the ones I gave you last week and you were like, these are the perfect measurement.
So it's 10 of those.
Aye.
I nibble that.
Nah.
You're
I'm
down before
going
the flight.
all in.
A shelf in it.
Baby, I can't. Where am I going to fucking put it? I can't even have it. I can take it on a fucking plane, can't I?
Maybe.
No.
They're not going to check in your mouth. Put it in your mouth.
So I say,
Okay, so we're doing that.
Aye.
Are you coming? Oh, we're going back out now.
Well, we'll go down for a spliff after this, aye.
Right.
Because we can smoke anywhere. And also she was like, here's a good like body indica high. I was like, that's exactly what I need now for the hangover / drugness that I'm currently experiencing. And then there was one, she was just like, and this is just a fucking knockout punch. Because I got to fucking press at like 7 AM tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Aye.
So,
Do it for me, do my accent.
Hello.
Hi, Daniel Sloss. We got Daniel Sloss on the radio today, calling all the way from Las Vegas. So, how are you feeling? How was your time in Vegas?
Fine.
Okay, and are you looking forward to coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan?
Well, I am. I can't even try to do your accent.
Give it a go. Take a run up. Remember, look, you didn't think you could golf, and I patiently spoke you through it, and you improved, and you believed in yourself, and you realised that calmness and self-control.
So when you're on the radio, you do like this kind of, you got like this rhythm to your voice, don't you, when you're talking to people in an interview?
Do I?
You're like, I am so happy to be.
You're making me sound like fucking Zuckerberg here. I'm just like a robot. I will go through the emotions.
Because you'll be like, and then you like turn it on, but like it is very much turned on. It's not a natural state of being.
Nah, this is my natural state of being.
Is it?
This right here. Oh God, I'm such a mess. I mean, look, I am ready to be a father because I have turned into mine.
You just have that right in front, because I didn't think you're going to be on the video anyway. You've censored your face.
My face isn't the bit I'm fucking ashamed of
Like,
in this image, you daft cunt.
How come
the rest of this?
How come when you get
like
on
if
stage,
they're looking at my face, that's a fucking win.
when you get on stage, how's your mic technique not the same as like it is on the podcast? How do you not just hold it in front of your face like the head teacher of South Park, not Mr. Garrison? PC principal when he got the mic up.
Oh yeah, your problem with this that I'm doing it like a boxing announcer back in the day. And in the blue corner, we get it, and then the rest of that bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was a restaurant, a steakhouse in Old Vegas that's got scales out the front, and if you weigh more than £350, you eat for free.
Aye, that was mad, wasn't it?
I feel like that's really encouraging.
Cara,
eating disorders. Cara's on her way.
Cara, get over here, lard arse.
She's so fat.
She's still so small. She's visibly pregnant, but also it looks like she's pregnant but far away.
She looks like a snake that swallowed Cullen.
Snake eating his own tail.
She looks like a snake with tits that swallowed Cullen. Like back in that.
Her tits are so big now. I'm so excited to see her.
You were saying on the last podcast that
she had to go get them measured, and they're just beyond.
I might wear them when I say it.
I did that joke to her. She did.
Has she never seen it before?
No. So for those at home, right? So right. This is one of the stupidest but best jokes in the world. You go up to your wife, your fiance, your girlfriend, a woman that you have some sort of physical and emotional connection to, and then ask them if they want their boobs weighed. And if they say yes, grab their boobs and go, "Way!" And it's such a stupid joke. I did it to Cara. She thought it was the funniest thing in the entire world. And then she did it to her friend Jill.
Did you? You got any videos? Did you get it on camera?
No.
I don't think I've met Jill.
Every fucking time. That poor woman. You have met her on
Cara waits for her to when she mentions it.
You have met Jill, I'm going to say now, comfortably in at least 10 fucking times.
Well, they call me for 10 years.
Aye, repeatedly.
And every time I meet her, I introduce myself.
Yeah, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And she's just like, God, man,
Hi, it's Jill.
Stayed used to do that with fucking, with Jean all the time.
Aye.
Man, it was the most amazing thing. Like, Tom would come round to do some writing, and Jean would come out of her room in our, like, where we lived, and Tom would be like,
there's someone in your house.
Tom would just be like, hey, how are you? You seem nice. What's your name? When did you move in? It's like, Tom, we've met 17 times. We have drank together. We have smoked marijuana together. I have your wife's phone number. Like, it's just, oh, go, Jane.
Janine. When he finally started. When he finally started recognising her, he couldn't even get her name right.
Just for the record, I'm very aware that that's the worst Tom Stade impression of all time. But if you want good impressions, why don't you go watch Gareth Waugh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? If you want good impressions, actually go listen to fucking Clear and Oblivious with Ginger and Baldylocks and the Three Hairs. Listen to his class impressions.
Baldylocks and the Three Hairs.
Have you not heard that?
No.
You never heard that?
Press that blue button.
Pincer!
That one. That blue button.
Baldy!
Baldylocks and the Three
I
Hairs.
can't believe you've not heard that.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
What about, have you heard the terminology? If you're having a wank, it's Pamela Henderson and her 5 sisters.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's all that I knew, that one.
Right.
I think so. Oh, so is that not one of yours then, the Baldylocks and the Three Hairs? Is that like a... Is that what you're saying? It's part of the stock?
It's stock,
part
aye,
of the
aye.
pub stock.
Aye. It's just out there. It's one of those good bits
Aye.
that belongs.
And somebody
to
said
the
it once,
world.
the first time.
Aye.
There's always a source with these very funny jokes.
Aye.
Memes.
Oh God, my you know, it's hell on earth. My balls are very itchy.
That's it. My balls.
My balls are very itchy, and I would like to scratch them, but I have already done so much damage.
Hit your pals on the podcast.
Again, I'm gonna have to worm around and try and just like
It's
itch them on my thumb.
Itching your pals on the back. Looks like you're picking your ass.
Wiping. I did. How dare you? I said, no. I was trying to itch it with my inner thigh, just sort of scrumple it up into some sort of. But I'm just gonna have a
Just use your feet. Scratch with your feet.
Use my teeth.
Aye.
Did you just Marge Simpson me? Fucking crumble. I'll do. Homer. Once again, video where there was a bad Marge Simpson impression.
You're
But
right,
if
yeah.
you want good impressions, go listen to Baldylocks and the Three Hair and Ginger's podcast. We haven't had Gareth on the podcast for ages, and we should definitely have him back on because he's way funnier than Cullen.
We're going to be like doing a lot of them from your studio soon, so
Aye.
let's just get the boys on.
Aye.
Just the boys.
Just the boys, no girls. We are a very sexist podcast. Actually, we've only had like 2.
Well, all the girls I know,
Wenches
all
on.
the girls I know are good crack, but not podcast level.
And also, neither of our partners can bear to be on this.
Nah, we've toyed with the idea a couple of times, and they're both in the mind of like, oh, if I'm drunk enough, I'll do it. I'll
and
do
obviously
it.
Cara cannot
Cara's
be
kind
at
of
the
drunk
moment
now, and
because
like
she believes some stupid shit the doctors say.
they
These myths that they spread.
really want to do an I Love You But episode, but like we just kind of get it right.
Aye, and also Cara doesn't find
Anything wrong with you?
yet. No, she from top to bottom, I'm her dream man.
What do you think her biggest gripe would be with you? Like, if you were,
apart from the fact that I fucking made her pregnant and fucked off to Vegas.
Aye.
Apart from that one,
Something less obvious, something a bit more subtle. Just maybe green dick ears.
I mean, just the standard middle class white stereotypical gripes like I fart too much. I'm an idiot. I'm forgetful.
Does she think you farted is like a personal insult to her?
No, but she doesn't like the glee and the ecstasy that I get from the endeavour. But my thing is always, very rarely do my farts actually smell. They're just noises. Mine are purely...
I think your house doesn't have a smell, isn't it? It's just because your own fart.
No. I know the smell of my own farts, and they can change.
To be fair, I've been in close proximity with it for a long time over the years, and I haven't really picked up on it.
I've just it's a clean butt.
I wish Natalie found farts as funny as I did. Would have a few more laughs per day.
Aye, and way more chemistry during sex.
Don't stop laughing.
When
I fart, she takes it personally. She takes it really personally that I farted. If I fart in front of her, I might as well just look at her with a straight face and go, "You fucking cunt." She looks at us in the same way as if I just tell her I fucking hated her.
I don't know what else I just do when I got it. I think she does seem to be a fan of mine.
Aye.
What would Natalie hate about you? The way you dress yourself.
Maybe it's that. She doesn't seem to be that arsed by anything I do, really.
Really? Because I could tell you a bunch of stuff we talk about you behind your back.
She hates it when I've got stuff in my teeth.
Aye.
If I've got stuff on my teeth, she does act like I've put a thing in my tooth just to piss her off. As if I've been in the mirror and just carefully put the thing in my teeth, and then I just come in and smile like, "Hey, babe." I think she does think. I think she.
This'll fucking do her nothing. This'll piss her off. So, man, I can't wait to see the look on her face. I'm going to tell a story that involves me smiling loads. Fucking, this is going to be great.
She thinks it's calculated. So I think between stuffing my teeth and farting.
She doesn't like how slow you drive sometimes, I know that.
Aye.
That's,
yeah.
Also,
that's one thing that bothers me about Natalie. Is she cannot just be a passenger in the car, she has to also be driving.
Oh, she side seat, back seat driver.
She's driving instructor. That has probably a lot to do with my driving.
Oh, that's one of Cara's gripes about me. But Cara gets car sick very easily because she's genetically weak, and inferior because of the aforementioned symptoms. She doesn't like my driving. I mean, I drive a Tesla and I drive it like a fucking legend. But when she drives it, she's absolutely fine because she knows where she's fucking going. So her body's fully prepared for it. But yeah, one of her gripes with me.
So you have to be you have to drive a bit more.
Yeah, well, no, I mean at this point with her.
You're quite an erratic driver though.
No, I'm just...
You always want to get up to the roundabout as quick as you can, even if it means stopping quick at the end.
My car goes 0 to 60.
You can't just glide up.
Get ahead of most other people.
You change speed a lot.
Aye. I speed up.
You zoom to whatever's in front of you. Even if you could just go on the speed, if you just keep going, you can get onto the roundabout or whatever. But he'd speed up and stop and let the car go back and then speed off, rather than just flowing.
Aye.
Your driving doesn't flow.
Aye, and I think that's
probably makes
what
us
she
sick.
would see. Aye. Yeah. So now that she's obviously gets sick for other reasons, it's just her fucking job to drive all the time. Yeah. And also, I'm getting fucking shit faced. She's not drinking. It's like a designated driver.
Aye. And to be fair to Natalie as well, I'll give her this. It's sometimes she'll be oh, it's this junction here, but I'll know it was that junction, and I'll be on my way to go into that junction.
Well, she does that Marlena thing.
But this is what, in fairness to her, right, she's try and hold back, but then every now and again I'll actually miss a junction and she'll go, there's that junction there, I just didn't want to say because you get annoyed by it. But I'll be oh right, okay, maybe I'll bring this on myself. Yeah. But I think that's three things should I love your butt is I love your butt, just look in the mirror and sort your fucking tea food, and fart in the bathroom, and Stop making us tell you exactly how to drive your car while I'm away.
Yeah, colours would be my driving, my farting. God, it sounds like such a boring middle class man.
What's middle class if we're driving and farting?
Well, middle class, you're right, but you know, like the fucking, you know, all
You mean
this
you're
shit.
such a stereotypical bloke? Is
Oh,
what
like
you
it's
mean,
it's birthday card jokes. Like that's the fucking shit with it. God, I did have a third one there that she fucking hates about me, wouldn't it?
She hates that you're a dishwasher Nazi.
She does. No, she just needs to up her fucking game.
She hates that you're a Nazi.
Hates that I'm a regular Nazi. That's fair. That's fair. Dad jokes.
Do you really miss her?
Yes. I mean, I always miss her when I'm away, but this one is a way more manageable one because.
I think particularly hard, and you're like way more manageable
No. That's what I mean. It's
psychologically.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get to see her next week.
Yeah, it's definitely harder because she's carrying a life that's allegedly
And you're missing
mine.
you're missing the progression of a pregnancy from like first hand anyway.
Like it's a bit from that, but we've only been away for 4 weeks, and then she's out next week, and like the longest we've ever gone without seeing each other is 16 weeks. So like 4 or 5 always pales in comparison to that.
No.
And it still sucks, but you know, it's the fucking job. There's no other alternative. It's not like I'm not gonna fucking come out here and crush America.
Just hang out with your pals in Vegas and that. You kind of.
Cara, I'm very busy. I'm doing this for us. All the profits from the tour went on gambling, and thankfully I won. So ha 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 ha. Can't be mad. Cannot be mad. Where's my fucking phone?
I've got my pocket, man. So I've got some things to say about your dad.
Oh, do you?
I know that I was having a poo.
Was it a good poo?
Didn't it was a ghosty. Which I was surprised at that. The way we were drinking, I wasn't expecting. Just did one wiper.
Messes.
Yeah, it was a one wiper.
Chris March just asked what we're missing. So we're doing a podcast.
There we are. He was meant to be on this, but we just couldn't pull ourselves together. I wanted to go and play golf. Your dad bet on himself in a dead pool before killing himself so that you'd get £50 inheritance.
Your dad does the hole in the bottom of the popcorn thing to kids who ask for a trick on Halloween.
Your dad tried to pay for a prostitute in kind.
Your dad's got a wandering brown eye.
Your dad had a whitey from smoking a cigarette.
Your dad's hugs feel hollow and like empty gestures.
Your dad once got bollocked off the head teacher for smoking weed with the other kids in the playground at the parents' teacher evening.
Your dad plays Sims with a family of 4 who are very happy, and they're called Kevin, Linda, Gavin and Justine.
I'm off gigging. I'm in Vegas. When your dad has his pudding, he uses the custard out of custard creams.
Your dad eats eggs by popping a straw in the top of them like a Capri Sun.
Oh, nice.
Aye.
Let's go and do it and smoke that spliff.
Aye.
Bye, guys. Thanks
Bye
for listening.
forever.